Well, Spider-Man fans, we have finally reached the end of Season 1 for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but don't worry, they have officially renewed the show for not only a Season 2, but also a Season 3. So, with that in mind, these last 2 episodes were the best of the series, definitely. So, without further ado, let me get into my review for episodes 9 and 10 of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So, first things first, right off the bat, in episode 9, we get the interaction in the prison with Dr. Octavius and Norman Osborn, and their entire conversation is really chilling and very, very well done, and it was a perfect way to include Dr. Octavius into the kind of endgame of the first season. So I thought that was a very clever way to bring him back to the story, and I cannot wait to see what they do with Dr. Octavius's character down the line in Season 2 and Season 3 of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So then the next major thing that happens in episode 9 is, of course, the mob fight that reunites Spider-Man and Scorpion to once again fight. But this time, Spider-Man is not only prepared for him, but he is donning his classic Spider-Man attire. The red and blue Spidey suit that we all know and love. And let me just say, it looks amazing. And to see it in action is even better. And the entire fight scene that follows is so well done, and a thing that actually surprised me during this battle is the fact that the leader of the gang that Lonnie is associated with actually bails on his crew and leaves them. And of course, in comes Spider-Man, and him and Lonnie actually team up to fight Scorpion, and that is so cool. Now, another thing that was really cool that led up to Lonnie helping Spider-Man is he was in the truck, the Oscorp truck, to try to find the equipment, but he got exposed to some gas that gave him superpowers, like super strength. So that's how he was able to actually go toe-to-toe with Scorpion and help Spider-Man. So overall, it was a very cool fight scene. We got to see Lonnie and Spider-Man team up. It was honestly a really, really awesome and entertaining sequence. So then basically the last thing that happens in this episode that is actually noteworthy is the prototype for the Green Goblin glider that we all know. Now, obviously, nothing really was done in these 2 episodes to really set up anything, like set up Norman becoming a villain and becoming the Green Goblin we know him to be, but this is a really, really well done setup for what we could potentially see in Season 2. So honestly, it was really cool for them to include that. It was definitely something I needed to point out because of how major it is. So now we move on to the review for episode 10 of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which is the Season 1 finale. But really nothing major happens from the start of the episode to about 9 minutes into the episode, because honestly it's just storytelling trying to wrap up certain things, but nothing really major until, of course, we get literally the entire rest of the episode being like a big final battle. So I'm gonna talk about that now. So now talking about basically the final battle that happens in the episode, Doctor Strange comes through this portal and he actually brings back the Venom villain that we had in Season 1 episode 1 of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So bringing those 2 characters back was really creative, and I really did enjoy that. And the fight and battle that really ensues, where they just go through time, through different universes, where the same outcome happens, Peter becomes Spider-Man, and just the entire battle itself is really entertaining. You know, like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man teaming up to fight this alien and to try to bring it back to where it came from is a really, really entertaining fight. And yeah, that's really pretty much it with the final battle. It's not a lot, but it's very, very entertaining and is definitely probably the best action sequence of the series thus far. So then to really wrap up Doctor Strange's involvement in Season 1, we get a nice interaction between Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, and it's just so nice to see these characters interact, because honestly I was scared that we weren't gonna get it, but I am very happy and satisfied that we did, because it was ultimately, as soon as I saw Doctor Strange in the first episode, I thought maybe they'd actually team up in the series, but no, we saw him one and done. But I'm glad we got to see Doctor Strange in these last few moments of this season, and I really do hope his inclusion is bigger in Season 2 and in Season 3, because there's just so much they could do with his character, and hopefully we'll get lucky and see him again. So then, one of my favorite parts parts of this 2-part finale for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is when we get to see Daredevil return. And actually, the character that we've been following for a little amount of time in the actual show is the daughter of Daredevil. Isn't that wild? I had no idea this entire time, and it was such a big reveal, and it was honestly a great way to include the fact that she's a superhero and also the fact that she's the daughter of Daredevil. And of course, Daredevil is once again voiced by Charlie Cox, which is just great. I'm very happy that they decided to do that. I already talked about how satisfied I was that they brought back Charlie Cox for the voicing of Daredevil this time around, so honestly not much to say there, but yeah, it was really nice the fact that they included his character yet again, because for a little while I was kind of nervous that they would exclude his character after his appearance in the earlier episodes. So the next major thing that happens in this finale is the fact that Lonnie actually becomes the new leader of the mob that he is in, and this is actually really major, obviously, because in the past episode the leader of the crew did run out on them while fighting Scorpion. So honestly, it was a big reveal to have Lonnie even still be with this group, but at least maybe now that he's the leader, maybe he's not going down the villainous path that I thought he was. So that was kind of good closure for the character of Lonnie for now, but hopefully they do more good stuff with his character down the line in season 2 and in season 3. And now the final major thing that happens in the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man season 1 episode 10 ending is the reveal that this entire time Peter Parker's father was still alive and he's actually in prison. That's crazy because we all know Spider-Man, usually his parents are dead, they are gone, but in this adaptation I'm surprised to say that his father is actually alive but just in prison. So I'm actually really excited to see what the writers do with this character and with this storyline down the line in season 2 and 3, and hopefully it's something good. So in conclusion, I am really satisfied with all 10 episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It ended up being way better than I expected it to be. I expected it to be good, but I did not expect it to be like out of the waters good. And I'm really excited for season 2 and 3. Literally as soon as the credits started rolling on episode 10, I immediately looked up if there was going to be a season 2 and 3 because I needed to know. And thankfully there will be, and honestly I'm excited to jump back into this world eventually, and hopefully it's sooner rather than later. But yeah, these are my final thoughts on the overall show and these last 2 episodes. So with my review out of the way, this is the conclusion. Bye guys.